Hey everybody, it's Kuddlesnot, and I'm here with our second bonus episode with the New Game Plus. Finally. God, that took forever. Anyway, so as you saw, after defeating Abyssal for the first time, you can start your New Game Plus there. And that's what you have to do again. If you decided to say no and go back to, doing side quests in your first playthrough, you have to go defeat Abyssal again into the Well of Souls, and then you can select New Game Plus. Then you get all the options, start a new game, and then boom. You can select Nightmare here, I believe, but I would not recommend it, as you will, if you die at all for any reason whatsoever, you will be, all your work on your first playthrough will be done. So I'd recommend starting a new game. In case you're wondering, yes, you can use my 100% guide for the New Game Plus as well as your original playthrough. However, there is a couple of differences. Some stuff stays the same, some stuff changes, and there's some special things to get. So I do outline those in this video. So use this video in conjunction with the rest of the walkthrough if you're playing your New Game Plus. Alright, so here we are starting the game again. Crow, awesome music, about to go into the Vale. Okay. And here's the Vulgrim Grift that we will check at the Serpent Tome and, later on in the video, because I'm doing this post, because it's what the kids are doing these days. Anyway, and you can also see we keep all of our items, all the non-quest items, all the legendary items, we have everything that's currently in the inventory, as well as all the attribute bonuses from Stonebites, Relics, and then, of course, skill points. So you can get, an additional 5 from the Relics, additional 5 from quests, so it's not like you lose those and have to get them again. As you also see here, we have our new experience that just suddenly we got. That was additional experience we got in our first playthrough after we hit level 22. It was accumulating, it just wasn't being added to our total because we can't go past 22 until you start your New Game Plus. So you see here it was almost already at level 23 right from the start. And alright, so then the first thing we can get, and one of the only 2 additional legendary weapons in the New Game Plus, is the Lifebane blade. So it's cool, they have some interesting life suck and you can stay alive pretty easily with them, but if you've been watching these videos with my Uber build, Healthsteal, Wrathsteal, all that stuff with Necromancer, it's just, it's cool, but it's just ain't got what the possessed weapon got. So you get Lifebane after killing the Ice Giant in the Icy Vale. No special circumstances, nothing like that. It's like getting a legendary weapon from killing a boss. However, that's a little bit different in the second playthrough, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Alright, so then after you get through the Icy Vale, then you head to, go through the rest of the game again. And the first thing is that Vulgrim Gift, and that is Absolution. It's a pretty awesome secondary. But again, it's cool, it's pretty powerful, but it just doesn't mesh as well with our build. But that's, again, not the point. One is to get Absolution. That's actually for defeating Abyssal, and you get it here in New Game Plus. That's the reward for it, if you will. Alright, so what is different New Game Plus? Well, again, besides that, a couple additional things that you get, there's pretty much everything the same. You still have Boatman Coins, chests, Stonebites, secret chests, relics, and you get the same reward for selling them. A2 Goth, Kagoth, Renegoth, or, wrong order, but yeah. And the only thing that, changes is legendary weapons. Otherwise, everything resets. Legendary weapons are gone, if you got them on the first time through. As far as I can tell, if you missed them on the first way through, you can get them here, if they're floating, but you missed them the first time, then you can get them here. So if you're using my guide for the, your New Game Plus, you should be able to get them there. However, their levels will not increase due to the New Game Plus, so it's not worth not getting them in the first playthrough, so they're higher level in the second playthrough. No, they're the same level as they would be if you got them in the first playthrough. Right, but there is some things that you can get twice, like 2 Grim Talismans. Things are from certain quests. Like from some quests you do, some quests you don't. It's I don't know why some do, some don't. But again, it doesn't really matter. You just get additional selling. If you've already sold them, you can get them again. Cool. But otherwise, they're just taking up space in your inventory. Because you can get a double of a couple of Abyssal armor pieces, but what's the point? Besides oh, I got 2. But yeah, and then like I said, the floating ones in the world are empty. You don't get any from bosses either. So after Karkanos or even the Post King, you don't get them again if you got them the first time. All right, and then there's also the scroll. So it's not currently in inventory because it was taken out. But after you get your first scroll, Soul Arbiter Scroll, then if you look and examine it, you'll have all of them already if you collected them the first time through. So you only really need to collect one if you want to have it in your inventory. Otherwise, you'll see them floating in the world or on the walls written, but scribbled, I guess. But you don't need to get them again because they're already in your inventory. All right, so then what do you actually get while you're progressing through? So once you hit level 25, you'll get another little indicator saying you have a gift of the Serpent Tome, and that is the Devil card. So that gives you, access to waves 76 through 100, and then that gives you access to the entire Crucible. One thing to note is if you did play the Crucible on your original new game before you started your new game plus, so if you were reached level 50, then if you remember, you can start mid one of the 100 waves. So you made it to 50, you can start at 50. That gets reset. It's as though you've never been in there before once you go again. So now that you're level 25 and you have the Devil card, I wouldn't recommend going yet. I would recommend until you reach level 30. So you'll reach level 30 just by playing through the game, and you'll reach it eventually. If you do all the quests and stuff, you'll get there no problem. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can use experience equipment, equipment that has experience stat, and that'll give you additional experience from killing stuff, not from quests. And that can speed up a little bit, and that might be useful because you will be really powerful and you'll be kind of plowing through everything, so you don't really need all the extra stats. I actually, for a long time, I just had experience stuff on that didn't even complement my build, and I was still killing everything. So that'll get you there a little quicker if you're an achievement hunter. So you get to level 30, because once you hit level 30, you don't really need to get all the additional skills and attribute bonuses by playing through the whole game again. Once you hit 30, you should be powerful enough if you get level 30 possessed weapons and armor to go through the Crucible without much hassle. And then once you do that, you'll have your BFA, defeat Wicked K, and then you got all the achievements.
On guard, you boob!
You'll definitely reach 30 before you beat Samael, but once you beat Samael, you get another additional special legendary weapon. So, boom. It's alright. It's not the best thing in the world, but again, it's just at this point you're so overpowered with this uber build of mine in episode 40 of the original walkthrough. I guess just add to your collection if you're one of those hoarders like me. So that's pretty much everything. Just some general stuff. Quests gives more experience and money, scaled up to be appropriate for New Game Plus, so it's not like, a drop in the pond for those early quests and help you get to level 30. Also, enemy levels seem to scale up with you, level-wise. That transition from regular Prowler to Nightmare Prowler and that, similar thing in other areas still happens at the same time, but the levels will scale up with you. And also, the total skills available is 49. So 29 from levels. When you reach 30, you'll get 29 from that. 10 from quests, 5 from the first playthrough, and then 5 from New Game Plus, because some quests give additional skill points. And then 10 from relics. 5 from your first playthrough, each time you sold, a Relic of Goth, and then another 5 from your New Game Plus playthrough when you sell all the Relics of Goth. So you have a total of 49, which will be able to fill up your entire skill tree minus 2 points. So that's, perfect for my build the way I do it, because I don't need Reaper energy for, the crows, for the murder, but, however you're setting it up, then you will have plenty to work with. So there's only 2 things really left to talk about, and that's the Crucible and the Abyssal Armor. So the Abyssal Armor, we already got 2 pieces. One from selling all the relics to Ostagoth, that was like the reward for the quest, and then 1 piece in the secret chesty chest in the 4th Death Tomb, and then there's 2 additional pieces in the Crucible.
Ah, I see you got our little invitation. Welcome then to the Crucible!
There's, 4 special items from defeating, wave, the 25th wave, the 50th wave, 75th wave, and the 100th wave. In order to get those rewards, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. You can do it staggered, because you can, after you reach each of those waves, then you can start from that point when you go and talk to the dude in there. And however, if you want to reach Wicked K, you have to start from level 1 and go all the way to level 100 in order to reach Wicked K, which is, the last achievement and, like, the best chest in there.
You made it! I do admire your tenacity.
There's one more legendary weapon you get from going from wave 1 to wave 100 in one sitting, but we'll cover all those details in bonus episode 3. And, the Abyssal Armor, I gotta say, does look really damn cool, but the problem is it doesn't quite work with my Uber Necro build because it doesn't have any arcane critical damage. And it does work pretty well, though, for my Uber build if you're going the Harbinger route, because it's got strength and critical damage. So, one last thing that I'm going to drill into your head. Do not beat Absalom again. You can if you want to do it, but don't do it. And I say that because if you defeat him again on New Game Plus, it's not like the original game. It won't say, like, do you want to reset back to, do you want to see back to your previous save and go through the whole world? No, it'll just reset back to level 1. It'll be as if you died on Nightmare mode. So don't go fight Absalom the Well Souls again. Just don't do it, because you want to keep that file if you ever want to do the DLC, or if you just want to be a badass and go kill something Crucible. I would not erase your game file essentially by defeating Absalom again in New Game Plus. Just don't do it. Whew. Well, I guess that's it for New Game Plus. I mean, it took a lot of work, but the episode isn't going to be super long, at least not one of my famous, 1-hour episodes. And I guess only 2 special things left for my viewers. I actually missed 3 chests while I was playing through the game. Missed getting them on camera. There's a lot of things that I ran past and then got later, but there's 3 chests that I missed on camera, and they were pretty easy to see and not easy to miss, and that's why it's hilarious that I missed them. I got all the hard stuff, but I missed 3 easy things. And I pointed them out in annotations, or people pointed out to me when I didn't notice it myself. But I got them on camera just to say I got everything on camera, at least everything that I know about. If I really did miss something, let me know, and I'll get on camera and open up a special episode to be like, thanks to you for pointing out my dumbassery. And the 3 things I missed. One was the dungeon map in the Shattered Forge, that after you fall down into that water pit, it's just like right there. And then the other 2 were actually right next to each other in Bone Riven, right before that final room where there's that final chest in the middle of that big room. That's also where one of the Bloodless is for the Death Brides pack, the Bloodless quests. I just ran right past it. I don't know why. It was like 3 a.m. I mean, that's an excuse for everything, but it's the truth. All right, guys. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it for Darksiders 2, the original, not including the DLC, except for the Crucible, which is still technically DLC, so I guess technically the whole main game has been covered. So, suck it. And, yeah, I really appreciate you guys for watching. If you like the spreadsheet guide, which kind of lays out what we get in each episode, and so you can help yourself, if you miss something or you don't want to backtrack as much, you can kind of skip through and see what you need. You can either, subscribe to me on YouTube and then send me a PM, or you can like me on Facebook and send me a private message there. And I will send that right over to you. It's a Google Doc, nice and easy to view, but not to edit. Only I can do that. Well, I really appreciate you guys watching this series, and I'm not sure what the next game is going to be yet. Some of you might already know if you're watching this. You can just check my channel. It's probably already uploaded. But some of you watching this brand new won't know yet. However, there is going to be a voting on my Facebook page, a poll on my Facebook page. I promised you guys I would do this. I'm probably never going to do this again, but since you guys helped me on my short film on Indiegogo, I told you guys I would put up a poll, so I am, and you'll see what those options are, and you can vote. And I'm not sure what the, range is going to be for the date ranges for that, but you can, go and check to see if it's still there. And you can vote on the next game that I play, and 100%, just like this. Anyway, guys, again, thank you for watching. I love you all. This has been Kuddlesnot, signing off, and I'll see you again next time.
Interesting. Perhaps you'll succeed after all. Either way, it will be quite a show.